Ciao, I'm Massimo, and today I show you to cook one of Milan's most iconic dishes, Ossobuco alla Milanese. This dish carries over 100 years of tradition. It was in fact born in the 19th century in middle-class Milanese homes, places where cooks transform tough cuts into luxurious slow-cooked meals. And if you ever wonder what it tastes like to eat a dish that is rooted straight in the heart of Lombardy region, today is the right day to discover it. Because in just about 8 minutes, you will learn how to build a rich homemade stock, master the art of braising, make a saffron risotto that dances, and finish up with a punchy citrus gremolada. Let's dive in and unlock the soul of Milan on a plate. Ossobuco alla Milanese starts with a great stock. Some things we can make any day, anytime. It's easy and freezes beautifully, ready to use whenever we need it. Since ossobuco and risotto are made with just a few simple ingredients, we decide to go with a light stock to keep everything balanced and not overpower the flavors of the other elements. We will use half chicken that has spent its life roaming freely and happily laying eggs on our farm, together with a mix of body parts and interiors that makes us feeling even better because we are using the whole animal. Too tough for anything else, we've been using those old ends for stock for generations. In Italy, there is a great saying, gallina vecchia fa buon brodo, which literally means all chickens make a good stock. We pre-boil all the meat parts to skim completely the foam off, fast and not painful. We then remove them and clean the pot well. We proceed by cutting the chicken part into pieces to maximize the surface area and extract all the juicy flavor. Then we add the vegetables, onions, carrots and celery, washed and chopped with the skin on. Time for the herbs. I like to keep it simple with bay leaves, whole peppercorns and fresh rosemary. In they go, simple. Fill the pot with water, add salt and turn the heat on. So now we let this beauty simmer gently for around 3 hours. That's it! Once it's done, we'll use what we need and we'll freeze the rest. Now we tackle the ossobuchi. We want to brown and braise them slowly so they turn juicy and tender. We start by cleaning and chopping the onions roughly. Heat up the olive oil in a pan and add the onions. We want to brown them without burning. This brings out sweetness and creates new layers of flavor. Once browned, we deglaze with white wine and let it cook until the alcohol completely evaporates. Now prep the ossobuchi. Make 2-3 cuts around the edges to prevent them from curling during cooking. And follow by covering them with a thin layer of olive oil. Heat up a pan or a heavy bottom pot until very hot. You can test it by sprinkling in some water. If it dances, then it's ready. Add the veal and don't touch it for at least a minute and a half. This is where the Maillard reaction happens. The magic moment when meat browns and flavors deepen. And as you can see, cutting the shank edges worked really well. Then flip and do the same to the other side. But be careful not burning them. Once browned, add the onions back in, along with the chicken stock. Add finely chopped rosemary, flour and salt to taste. And now we braise it for 40 minutes for each side, and be really careful when turning. We want that precious marrow to stay inside while cooking. And don't worry, we'll be back at it really soon. Risotto is simple. I come from the land of risotto, and I've been cooking it since I was 5 years old, so we'll go through it fast today. But I'll still give you the secret to a creamy one. Hit me up if you want a deep dive tutorial later. Start with the base, onions. I want their flavor, but since the risotto cooks quickly, I like to brown them first and then reduce them into a thinner compost. So we chop 120 grams of yellow onions, not too fine. Cook them in butter and olive oil until browned. Remove them, then chop them finer so they will blend better with the risotto later on. Now take a clean pan, add just the rice and toast it by itself until it's really hot. We use carnaroli, nothing else. Not basmati, not sushi rice, carnaroli. When you bite a grain, it should feel floury. That means it's ready. Deglaze with white wine and let the alcohol completely evaporate before adding the other ingredients. Now add the chicken stock and the reduced onions. Carnaroli rice absorb around 300 ml of liquid per 100 grams of rice. So be sure you have enough stock ready. Add saffron halfway through cooking. I like mine strong with its flavor, so I don't hold back. While the risotto finishes cooking, let's return back to the meat. Remove just the ossobuco from the pot. Transfer the remaining liquid and onions into a smaller container and blend it until smooth. Pour the blended mixture back into the pot and bring it to a boil. Then add the butter to emulsify and transform it into a silky sauce. Now return the meat to the pot and let it get fully coated in the sauce we just made. This is done. The gremolada is easy but unique and just extremely tasty. We blanch the garlic quickly to reduce its sharpness. Then chop and cook it in olive oil until crispy. We bring it to a cutting board and make it even finer. And mix it with the rest of the ingredients. Finally chop parsley, lemon zest, a few drops of lemon juice, salt and olive oil. The risotto is ready when it's al dente, with a slight bite inside. But here is the real secret to a creamy risotto, the mantecatura. Turn off the heat and add cold butter. Straight from the freezer is best. Add a little parmigiano as well. Treat it bad, really bad. This step creates emulsion between the fat and the starchy liquid, giving the risotto its signature creamy glossy texture without using a drop of cream. Doing it off the heat keeps the fat from separating and keeps everything smooth and rich. Now time to plate. Risotto on the bottom, spread it around evenly. Ossobuco alla Milanese on top, and finish with a sprinkle of gremolada. Now is the time to enjoy. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about Italian regional cooking, I'm Massimo and I make one of these each and every week. Like and subscribe and I see you in the next one. Ciao!